It is our utmost privilege to have among our midst our Honorable Chairman, NABARD. We request sir to please come forward to deliver keynote address.
Good afternoon to all of you and greetings on the World Water Day. Dear Sri Thakurji, Dr. Saab, and my fellow DMPs in NABARD board, and dignitaries of the dais, and my dear colleagues. Today, March 22nd, I was just searching why is it celebrated as Water Day. I found that UN has just declared it as a Water Day, and so yes, it is a very important day. And then somebody told that today, it's financial year is coming. So whether 22nd is an apt day for celebrating it as a World Water Day or Water Day, as far as we are concerned, I feel that it is an apt day because now March end we are there and we are moving to a very severe summer. So this is the time when we are thinking about the scarcity in water. And already there are reports from various states and big cities are suffering from water scarcity, and then the UN declaration that this year's theme is water for peace. I think hopefully all the states or all the cities will be peaceful in terms of water usage, at least within India, because there was statistics, alarming statistics, saying that the percentage of availability of fresh water in India compared to the population percentage, it is very low. So that means India will be in the forefront of facing the severity of water crisis. We all know, I need not tell all these details because a lot of data has been read out here, a lot of thoughts have been told over here. Water scarcity or water crisis is actually a result of climate change, that we all know. Now, as we grapple with water crisis, the West Asia, especially the Persian Gulf, is flooded with water. A lot of rains are happening there. So climate change is there and climate change is for real. And now, can we now term climate change as equivalent to water change? Water, the balance itself is changing. All activities which affects climate will affect water, and because of that only this water crisis is there. And we all know that water is a public good. We all tell about wash water, sanitation, and hygiene. Hygiene, of course, we'll have in our own house, but then all those reasons for hygiene will push out of our house or homes, and it will be in the streets. And as a result, there is a problem with hygiene, especially in India, because most of our streets are crowded and it is polluted. The hygiene is an issue. Maybe a lot of drainage is leaking here and there. Inside the house, we will be very much aware of that. On that count, I feel that celebrating a day for water, I think, and then that awareness about that this day is water, should be made aware to all general public. That is very important. And then at least this day we can think about how we can judiciously use water and also resist ourselves from actions which pollute water. Water is available. As I said, water is a public good, so financing a public good is an issue unless the government or the public funds are made available, because per se this may not generate enough income because there will not be any return per se. But then there was a mention that almost 6% of GDP will be affected due to water crisis. I doubt that statistics, because I feel that almost 100% of the GDP will be affected if proper water is not available. There are studies that existing financial assets of banks, if you see, almost 53% of the assets will be affected due to all these things, because people will not be able to secure a proper livelihood, and without that, the assets of banks are at risk because proper repayments may not be there. Without proper livelihood, they will not be thinking about repayment as well. So our focus should be on as a public finance institution, because NABARD being a public finance institution, we are actually doubling up with government in making available public funds. We told that there is a need for blended finance. There will be need for some innovations in making available funds, outcome-based finances and all, because these are all needed, because being a public good and being and being in an area where lack of proper schemes, reliable schemes for ensuring the water availability or solving the problems of water, because these are all omnibus things, and we will not be able to specifically tell that this particular project will lead to saving water or water conservation and such other things, except for some projects. Otherwise, there was a mention about washing happening. So because in terms of washing, I heard one of the popular private sector MD, bank MD, telling that that bank has financed much of their finances under wash, and as a percentage of total wash finance in India, that particular bank will be at one say top three or some other thing, some other way they were mentioning about that. When I probed deep into that, it was found that many of the home loans on which toilets are there, it is now classified as wash. So it is some sort of an innovative financing done. So a home loan given to a affluent person cannot be termed as wash finance, but a home loan or a housing loan given to a poor person, maybe who's searching for livelihood, of course, for his or her priority will be to have a secure place to sleep rather than to find a better place to have toilet facilities or water and such other things. In such cases, yes, wash financing will be of use. That is what Honorable Prime Minister also was mentioning about Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and making the toilets available in the houses of people. So we have to know, be wary about all these things, because there will be a lot of innovations happening. Because when the whole world focuses on certain things, when some people will find out, okay, well, how we can make money out of that. So being a public finance institution, our intention will be to make available such finances to the needy, and also in an effective way. In that way, there need to be a lot of innovations. We understand that say outcome-based financing as a solution. First of all, the entities who are into this area, whether they can put up some projects and show results, and we as a public finance institution will guarantee that once these results are achieved, the finances will be there, or we will be reimbursing that. In that way, we can be also sure that whatever precious funds which we have, because we also we are dealing with taxpayers' money, because whatever concession finance or concession funds are giving to us have to be spent very judiciously. In that count, what I would like to have is that some innovative things. See, now we are now partnering with NAB Samruddhi or other MFIs in terms of concessional refinance. That is some sort of some blended financing which we are doing, because public finance at a cheaper level, maybe at 4% or even 1%, if you make available with private finance at the market determined rates and blend it that, and in effect we can finance such projects which may be otherwise not profitable. So benefit cost analysis, if you see, the returns may not be market level returns. So we will be taking the part of the impact, whatever impact it is getting created, that is what we are interested, rather than pure financial returns, which we are intending to do. So now, as NABARD, if you see, the majority of our actions are affecting the livelihoods of the people, because as in our name, we are dealing with rural development, we are dealing with the agriculture sector. These two sectors are actually has preponderance of people who are searching for livelihood. If you see in terms of population, almost 60% of India's population is rural. Of course, a lot of urbanization is happening, and that again will have problems in water availability in the cities. But rural people, almost 60%, and if you see that the agriculture, a lot of people are depending on agriculture, and as a result, with the low production in these areas, the per capita income is low. So livelihood is an issue. You all might have seen the statistics that unemployment rate is low, and even the real income, in the last 2 years, may be stagnant. So we need to be a little worried about those people, because their first priority will not be climate or will not be environment. Their first priority to survive, and then after survival only they will look at environment. But then they are the people who are facing the brunt first, because they are at risk, and they are and they may not be realizing that they are at risk because of these actions. So we, as a public finance institution, started with the watershed development. We had this springshed, and as a follow through, and then tribal development. These are all meant for water conservation, and these are all meant for providing livelihood in a very optimistic way in the places they belong to, rather than they migrate to cities and create pressure there. So these activities, of course, Government of India has also taken up most of these activities, seeing the success of this, and they are also rolling out in a large manner. Uh, some mention was about private sector lending. Yes, of late, if you see that a lot of activities are not getting added to private sector, even startup funding is there. I'm not telling that there should not be given priorities in lending, but then as a result of expanding the scope of activities, some activities which are of real concerns are getting crowded out, like making available funds for livelihood, making available loans for agriculture to small and marginal farmers, not large farmers. So these things, we are also lobbying with Reserve Bank of India to adequately target the funds to those sectors which are not able to raise funds at the market related rates. Because many of the activities in private sector lending, like housing finance, it is already at the below market rates. Banks are actually vying with each other to give finance. If you see the housing finance rates and at the market rates, 10-year GSEC, the housing finance rate will be lesser than the 10-year GSEC. That means banks are finding it more profitable to give at a lower rates. So that means at market rates, people are people can take access to those loans, but then there will be some sector within the housing finance which they can't access finance even at that rates. So for them, we need to be focusing on. So on that count, see, I said housing finance as an example, but then we have been telling RBI, in fact, in the various meetings, we have been telling not only RBI to the government also that some sectors which can't access finance at market rate related rates, or sectors who are not at all getting loans, those sectors should be given more focus, and for that, as mentioned here, some subcharges can be given. That subcharges should be substantial also, and those banks which are falling short of that should be penalized more, rather than having a one size fit all approach for the penalty.